Hello everyone and welcome to GTEC Season 1 Race 7 at the Watkins Glen today. With me in the comment booth with me today I have Gargo.
Hi.
Alright, and today will be our two commentators for today's race around Watkins Glen. Here is our track today. The Watkins Glen is a pretty good track that is known to produce good racing, so we'll see how we can do with today's field and see who comes out on top after this race. It is also going to a day-night cycle, so we'll start at day and go into nighttime for this race.
I think it'll be pretty interesting. We've got a mix of drivers and a mix of cars.
Yep. Here's our current standings. GTEC and Lucy are tied for the lead with 55 points, followed by Wolf with 26, Sushi with 21, Dynasty with 13, and then Lopez with 12. For team standings, RG Labs lead with 81, close behind with DRC with 69, and then Team Spider behind. And then for our grid today, we got Sushi at the back, and then followed by Dan. Sushi and Dan did not qualify this race, so that's why they're starting at the back of the grid. We got a new competitor today, Mohawk, here for today, also known as Wolfpack, but we're gonna call him Mohawk. We have Dynasty here again, starting down in 6th, and we have Scion here in 5th in a big blue AMG, followed by Wolf LP here in 4th place. Did really well to qualify. A new person here as well, and starting in 3rd place, he did really well to qualify. In 2nd place, we have Lucy, and then in 1st place, we have Drift King. That for the tie of the championship, 2 championship leaders starting right at the front as we go to the 5 red lights. Here we go, coming in, and we're underway. Seems like to be a good start for the top 3, except for the Porsche. The Porsche had a bit of a slow start. Both RG Labs cars got off the light very well. Coming into turn 1, side by side. Still 2x2 actually.
I believe Dan made up a position of the back of the front. I think
yeah, some people jumped the start. I think back there. There's a lot of people stuck at the back. Just look at this pack coming through up the S's.
2 wide twice. Oh, the drift falls back a bit.
Yeah, drift falling back a little bit. The speed of the Lexus slowing him down a little bit there. As believes a Dynasty in the back there. I see a Porsche way back there in the back. I don't know who that is. So we're looking from Wolf's now perspective, coming around the big right-hander, which is always difficult to go wide, which is always easy to go wide and get a penalty there. You always got to be careful there. Here comes a new person, Wazar, in 3rd place here. I think it's Wazar. That's how you want his name pronounced.
Wazar. One of those.
Coming around here, too wide. Drift going to try to make up some lost ground after the 1st place start. He's got the cutback on him though, and he's coming around back to around the down the back straight here. 2x2. That's a 2 RG Labs cars lead as Wolf is starting to pull away a little bit. Remember, Lucy and Drift King are in a very, very tight battle for 1st place in this championship right now. Whoever finishes ahead of the other will be in 1st place for the championship.
I'd just like to point out, Dan GT made his start going from 7th to 6th already.
Yeah, we had a couple cars jump the start, so they had to sit back a little bit.
Got the penalty, but that concludes the 1st lap. Very interesting start, to be honest. Yeah.
There's some good racing going on so far. The top 4 have pulled away from the rest, it looks like.
Oh, who's going wide?
There was someone going wide back there. I don't know who that was though.
Oh, someone has a penalty.
Yep, Lucy has 1 second or half a second. Here we go with Dynasty getting hunted down by Sushi, and then Dan right in front with the penalty. I can't tell how fast the penalty is, or how long it is, sorry.
We know Sushi is one of the top drivers, just got bad qualifying, or didn't qualify.
He did not qualify actually.
Not qualify, he's going to make up a load of positions in the right penalty.
Yeah. Gotta get past these cars fast to get to that front 4 before they pull away. Oh, look at this! 1 second penalty for Lucy, so Lucy must have had some big off-track excursion there.
Wazar's trying to hunt Lucy down though. He's gonna go around the outside on this corner.
It's 2x2 between Wheeler and Drift King.
Oh, the drift goes through. Oh, and Lucy is on the grass.
Lucy on the grass and serves the penalty there and drops back. So a good little jockeying for position going on so far.
Yeah, some very good battles from the start.
It looks like that second pack back there is catching up. Lucy going wide back there again as they're 2x2 up here.
Rift is taken around the outside and way goes
I think Lucy has another penalty back there for going wide. Yep, I can see it back there, yep.
Not the best start for Lucy's.
Sushi's made up some ground. He's up in 5th already.
Yeah, very good start for Sushi going from the back.
Yeah.
Not
Starting on the very last back part of the grid too, yeah.
But not the best start from Lucy as him and Drift in a very tight battle for the championship.
Yep, at this point we're getting down to the wire. Every point counts. Get some good shots here coming through.
Yeah, very nice. Let's take a look at Drift. He's currently running P3. Front Wazer and
That is Wolf. We're calling him by Wolf.
Okay.
Of course, you'll see this lag every once in a while. It's casual Gran Turismo stuff. It's Gran Turismo being Gran Turismo. Some good little fights going on so far. We'll take a look at the race start in a second. Around here, about down the main, sorry, not the main straight, the back straight. And here's Lucy serving that half second.
That wasn't Lucy, was it?
Yeah, it is Lucy.
It was. Yeah, Lucy's serving that penalty. But I don't think it's enough for anybody to get.
Oh, look at this, 2x2.
2x2, it's Wazer and Drift having a battle for second. Drift has got the better exit, I think.
No, he just gives a slap back behind, it looks like.
Yeah, just keeping behind that Porsche, but Porsche has amazing through the corners.
Yeah. We're going to take a look at the race start here now, so we'll take a look at it from the new guy, Wazar's actually. Wazar's going to be our first one we're going to watch from. Lucy does roll forward on the start, but it's alright. Yeah, just a bad start from the Porsche. But he made up for it at least. Just very slow out of the box. And then coming up here, this is where the chaos starts.
We go 2x2 down the banking.
Drift gets shuffled out up there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing start.
Yeah, just got shuffled out back there. Yeah, we're on board with Dynasty now. Yeah, I guess he must have got the penalty because he stayed out there on the line.
Decent start. Just makes up competition from both sides.
Yeah. Yeah, he just dropped back a little bit from the start. We are on board now with Dan. Oh, that Porsche definitely jumped the start. That was a bad jump start. And Sushi goes around the outside of those two. And Sushi now along the side of Dan here. So Sushi had a quick start out of the box.
I believe that's how Dan must have got his position then to get past position that.
Yeah, Sushi started in the last place, so we'll see what's coming up here. Coming up here. There's Sushi on the outside. Let's just shuffle back there because Dan comes back to the inside and shuffles out. Sushi with a penalty there, that's actually why.
Anyway, back to racing.
Yep, back to the actual race.
Very dark.
Well, it's starting to get sunset. It's still bright out.
Yeah, yeah, no lights are needed yet, but...
Yeah. Actually, just realized Drift King's actually got ahead of Wazar. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. Drift does get ahead of Wazar.
Yep. For DRC, by the way, this is the old livery now for DRC. They'll have a new livery celebrating Gran Turismo's 25th anniversary next race. So we'll see that next race. Yep. DRC.
Did Lucy have a bit of knockdown? That's how we're going a bit slow.
Yeah. Not been a good start for Lucy for sure.
Nah, not really.
At this rate, Drift King would go up if we're to finish in this position. Drift King would go up 4 points in the championship. Well, maybe 6 now.
Drift trying to make a move on the 610 Mercedes car.
Oh, goes shuffled out a little bit. Has to force back in. To come around here, the big left-hander, which is easy to hit that wall if you're not careful.
That was close.
Call it there. Don't pull a Lexus. because Alexis did crash there in IMSA. Around the
Anyway,
final
they will
straight.
hit the apex through that, but the Porsche getting a very decent exit, really.
Yeah. It's all about timing. Just got to be careful and get the timing right when you want to go for the move.
Right. Very good start.
Yeah, a lot of good battling going on here. Look at this. Drift King making another run back up at Wolf now.
Oh.
He's going to take a look here going into the bus stop.
Is he gonna have it?
He looks a little bit far behind. He
Going
might
around the
stay back
outside.
here.
Yeah. Oh,
Yep,
no,
staying
but
back.
he's gonna play it. Well, he's got an opportunity.
And now here comes Wazar from that missed opportunity to get an opportunity of himself.
Yeah. We're currently in first. We've got Wolf, second Drift, third Wazar, fourth Lucy off the bad start.
Sushi's still in fifth back there.
Yeah, fifth we've got Sushi, sixth is Dan, seventh
Dynasty.
is Dynasty, and eighth is Mohawk, probably going to go to the high start.
Yeah, and then he's not on the leaderboard, but Scion is back there in ninth.
That is not the best start.
So here they come. Drift King making another look around the same spot where you had it last lap, where he got shuffled out. He's going around the outside. He's gonna stay back now, but here comes Wazar now coming around the outside for this corner.
It's a very close battle from the top three currently, but Drift just hasn't been able to... Oh no, Drift! No, Wazar that is, sorry, going in forward.
Yeah, here we go. Look how close they are through here. This is a lot closer than where they've been before. Oh, they're three wide. Oh, Wazar hooks them.
Oh, and Drift with a huge crash. That is not good. Drift has dropped down to P4.
Yeah.
Maybe even P5 by the looks of it. But no, P4 I think.
No, it's going to be P4. Well, here comes Sushi now.
It's going to be P5. It's here for Sushi Samurai.
Sushi does have a penalty for some reason. Here we go back on board with Wazar. Wazar just hooked him into that corner.
Wazar having a look at Lucy.
Okay, here we go.
No, but Drift, by the looks of it, on the leaderboard, has been able to keep it from Sushi.
Yeah, stay ahead of Sushi there. Wolf still leading, followed by Lucy. It is now in RG Labs 1-2.
But Wazar, the newcomer, in P3. What an amazing start to his GTEC career.
Yeah. Oh, and Sushi does end up getting past Drift King here.
In the McLaren.
Yeah. Of course, next race there'll be a lot of car changes. You may not notice some of these cars. Coming along here. Down in here, and then coming up to the penalty line where Sushi's got to serve that half-second penalty.
Probably going to be able to get the opportunity for Drift to get past unless he's
Yeah,
gonna be
Drift's too close.
Yeah.
Drift's going to get ahead of him there.
Nah, he's going to give way and Drift gets straight past, to be honest, but I'm sure it's going to be an amazing battle for the rest of the road.
Yeah. As we go back up further up a bit, Wazar still putting pressure on Lucy now. This Porsche here is showing some issues now for these top runners. This will be an interesting little fight for the championship, because he's gonna put, if he keeps this up for the rest of the season, he's gonna put a big wedge for Lucy and Drift King coming into the championship for sure. Here he comes. Speaking of the devil, here he comes.
Oh, and there's Lucy.
Still 2x2.
Wazar's going to make a move, but he's forced onto the curb. Surely that's going to be some sort of penalty.
Looks like no action here, but he's still keep coming. AMG's faster in a straight line than the Porsche. We'll see here. Here comes the AMG. You gonna stick it around out there. As we are coming around the long bend. Oh, I think we are losing cargo now. He appears to be lagging badly. So here we go along here with coming around the bend here and coming along the straight. So we go coming around to the penalty line where Drift King is going to serve his half-second penalty here.
Yeah, that's a half-second penalty, but Sushi is still right on his tail.
Yeah, see if Sushi can get around him here. Well, it's going to be close coming into this corner.
Oz to abreast.
Oh, as they cut away. We see the battle in the background there.
Anyway, Wazer is now hunting down Wolf.
Yeah.
He won. Amazing start to GTEC career.
Yeah, that's for sure. Ooh, getting a little close there. A lot of good battles going on here today.
Yeah, it's been a very interesting race so far.
We're only 14 minutes in.
I reckon it's going to be an incredible result no matter what happens. Maybe we'll see some backrunners get higher up, maybe it stays where it is. But no matter what, it's good to see. It's going to be an amazing race.
Yeah, here comes Wazar now.
Here he goes, that Porsche is fast through that high-speed corner. He's having a look to go around the outside. Is he going to make the move? Oh, they touched just about, but Wolf keeps it. Wazar is very close with that. Any comments on that, Bill?
Yeah, good battling between both of these two. Especially for Wazar, who's just started this race. And here they go again. Oh no.
There's a
bit of a tap.
Oh no, there's a crash.
Oh.
Oh no, Wazar gets punched off as well.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to be very annoyed by that.
Yeah, and Drift King and Suchi go past as well.
Is Dan even going to possibly come through here?
Oh, he's very slow getting back on the track there.
That is not
as what's his name? Yep, Drift. Yep.
Sushi goes past into P3.
As Scion goes in the pits, so he must be pretty far back to go in the pits now. As there's Lucy with a 4-second penalty.
That is not good. But we don't know if Scion could be possibly trying the undercut.
Yeah, but he is very far behind, so he has to worry about Dan or Dynasty. The other cars are way too far ahead.
I believe some of the cars, Christina.
Yeah, we've lost Wolfpack, aka Mohawk, and we've lost Wazar as well. So Wazar has had enough as well.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, Wazar must have had enough, and that's unfortunate for Mohawk when he comes through.
Yeah.
But that does mean everybody in this race, no matter what now, will get a point.
Yeah, at least 1 point.
Which can be valuable in the championship, as we know right now, between the battle between Drift and Lucy, separated a couple of races to go by nothing.
Yeah, they're right now, well, not as it runs, but before this race, they are tied in points.
That is a proper max versus.
Currently, if the race were to finish right now, Lucy would be 4 points ahead.
That is pretty good, to be honest.
Well, technically 3, because Drift King has fastest lap, and you get 1 point for fastest lap.
That is a good point. Currently, at the time of recording, it's the day between the Mount Panorama race. Don't know if you guys are going to know that, but we're going to have a couple more drivers in with that. One of them being myself, as Cargomite. Yep.
Keep an eye out for Cargomite on Mount Panorama's race. He'll be running 650S for the first time in the race series.
Number 74. Can we get that rolling in the comments, please?
Hashtag number 74. Oh my god. As here we go, now the championship's been split open again, because Lucy's, that penalty has dropped him behind Drift King again.
It has. But there's one thing I can definitely see from Drift King's times at the right-hand side. He's probably going to need to pit soon by the looks of it, because his time's getting slower by the lap.
Those are Lucy's times.
1.6, 1.6. Oh yeah, they're Lucy's times actually. Sorry about that, but Lucy is probably going to need to hit sometimes soon. 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, 1.6, 1.7.
Yeah.
And then 1.52. So yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what strategy people choose.
Are you going to go overcut, undercut, just pit when everybody else does? That's probably what I'll do. But
we'll see what happens. Technically, strategy for the race begins even before the race happens. You have to think it out, figure out what strategy, what tire you want to start on, if weather is going to be coming to effect. because we do run random weather on all of these races. Around to coming up to the penalty line again. I think someone had a penalty. I guess so. As here comes Sushi from starting on literally the last block of the grid to fight for first. As Wolf gets a bad exit, here comes Sushi now.
Sushi in the McLaren number 777 with that red and white livery, and he's in the lead, and he's going to go around the inside into the corner, and he sticks it.
No, he's in second still. They're 2-2x2.
No, he goes into second actually. Oh.
That McLaren's a little bit cursed. It's a Porsche 917K livery on it. It does fit though.
Yeah, it does, to be honest. But I would like to give props to Drift King for making my livery on my McLaren, and it looks amazing, I'll say.
Yep, as they go 2x2 here.
Sushi does stick the lead this time, followed by Drift.
Oh, Wolf's in! Wolf's in!
Oh no! Wolf is in pitting. He's going for the undercut on everybody else. And
yep, and Lucy. Lucy and Wolf are pitting at the same time.
Is that the hard tie? No, it's the soft?
It doesn't say until they're out of the pits.
Is it going to be a two-stop? Is it going to be a one-stop? We're about to find out.
Yeah, Lucy and Wolf on the same strategy though, so they pit on the same lap.
Oh,
and that's Dan GT coming in as well.
This is Bentley is going to get...
It's an Aston, but...
Is it? Oh my god, is he put a Bentley livery on the Aston?
No, it's their team livery.
So I'm dumb, sorry guys.
Okay, so Lucy's come out on the soft. Oh no, sorry, my mistake. They both come out on medium tire. So Wolf and Lucy are both out on the medium tire. Sushi gets a half-second penalty here.
So Sushi definitely seems like one of the better drivers in the series, but he can't stop getting penalties, which is the problem.
He calls himself the Lando Norris of the series. He has potential to win races, but always something unlucky happens to him during the race.
Always something unlucky or really lucky.
So we'll see if maybe today will be his first win.
Wait, is he not won yet?
Nope, he has not won.
Wow, that's interesting. Isn't he like third currently?
He is fourth in the championship.
Wow.
He has not won because of unlucky stuff. He would have won at Daytona, but internet lag caused his car to do some weird stuff, and he lost that race.
Heard about that.
Yeah. He could have won at Spa, but it started raining at the wrong time.
And who's this we're currently spectating?
This is Dynasty here we're spectating, but now we're going to cut ahead.
Oh, but who's this? This is...
Scion. As here we go, 2x2 for these two. We did skip ahead a little bit.
Go around the inside, but yeah, Drift sticks it by the looks of it.
Here comes Sushi again. Is Sushi going to back off coming into this corner? Oh, sort of.
Ooh, that's close.
Yeah, bit of close battling going on here.
Sushi, alright.
Just coming in.
Oh, a Drift King pits. Very tricky.
A bit of pit crew imitation here. So now Dynasty here up in third now.
Is he pitted yet though?
He has not pitted, so we'll see what he decides to do.
Okay guys, the reason I didn't, it's because while we record we can't hear.
Yeah, we can't hear the sound of it.
So it makes me want to do something about.
So Dynasty's coming in now with 2% fuel. So my question now is, where's Drift King gonna come out compared to Lucy?
It's probably gonna be third or fourth by the looks of it. It is fourth. No, it's third.
Let's see here. Here's Lucy. It looks like he's out. He's out between the two RG Labs car. He's behind Lucy, but ahead of Wolf.
Nah, Drift sticks it in the podium.
Oh, maybe not for long though. Here comes Wolf with the speed of the AMG. Wolf has pitted.
Wolf has pitted, which is interesting, but he looks like he's going to go around the outside. No, it's an amazing shot to demonstrate the speed of his cars. Oh, if Drift keeps it, Wolf runs a bit wide, I'd say, through that first car.
Yeah, he holds it. Holds it coming around the big bend. Sushi's still in the lead, but Sushi is yet to pit, so we'll see what happens coming into later stages of this race. So we're gonna skip ahead again for time reasons.
Time reasons, good description there, Beatrice.
Yeah, we were trying to keep these races under an hour, so I say literally under an hour. It's literally 1 second under an hour.
Yeah, this video is 59 minutes and 59 seconds.
Hey, it's under an hour. I'm following to my rules.
Fair, to be honest.
Oh my god. Here's Dan GT now. This is, of course, the loudest car on this track at the moment.
And if we could hear it, I'm sure it would sound absolutely amazing. But
It
now,
is. It is a loud car, that is for sure.
Oh, I'm going to do some sound instructions and move to the Mercedes.
Yeah. We have a joke with Dynasty because he's running the new Supra, but not for long because he's changing it for next race. Technically, that Supra is made by BMW, so we call it a BMW Z4. As Sushi is in the pits here.
Is it going to be a quick stop? How much fuel is he going to put in? These all play part in strategy.
Yeah. Well, we're only on lap 15, 16. You're going to want to fill it all the way up. We're not even halfway in the race yet.
Lucy is P2 currently.
Yep.
Runs right there. But I'm gonna be honest with you, that Mercedes looks pretty good.
Yeah, all these designs look good in this series. So see where Sushi comes out. Sushi looks like he's gonna come out behind Lucy.
And Drift King by the looks of it.
Nope, he's gonna come out ahead.
Just about. But Wolf now chasing down Drift, and he's got a bit of
Oh, here we go. 2x2 coming up the hill.
He gets some dirt.
Some good battles here. Wolf is now ahead, but here comes Drift King with the draft.
Is he gonna get him again?
And here's Sushi right in front. It's a three-way battle for second.
By the looks of it, they all stay in the same positions, but Drift gets the toe out of it, I believe. But Sushi gets the best line through that corner, I'd say.
Yeah, that was a good little battle there.
Ooh, bit of dirt, hit by Wolf.
Yeah, Wolf trying to now hold the line against Drift King. Here comes Drift King now, coming around the outside. He's going to turn into the inside here, or no, he's going to back off.
Yeah, of course you know he's going to back off, because you are him.
It's interesting. I'm talking to myself as a third person, so.
Yeah, fair.
Coming around into whatever corner this is. I sort of lost where we are on track. Oh, there it is. Look at that shot. That's a good shot. Tell me that this game doesn't look beautiful. Here's Dan GT and Dynasty now.
Oh no, Dan goes by.
A little bit of off-roading.
I mean, it's four-wheel drive.
No, it's rear-wheel drive.
It's because I keep thinking it's a flipping Bentley. So,
Besides, all cars in this class are rear-wheel drive.
are they?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
there are no four-wheel drive cars in this class.
Front-wheel drive, boys. That's the way to go.
Front-wheel drive. All you need is torque steer. I'm looking at you, Nissan GTR LM prototype.
If you're not a car, you not understand that reference. We are
To give you an idea, for those who don't know, it's basically Nissan tried to make a run at LMP1, which is the top class of endurance racing, but they just said, let's go stupid. Let's make it front-engine, front-wheel drive. And it
ended up being way too heavy in the front.
Yeah, it was basically what they called it, a successful failure. So yeah.
That's how I would put it.
Sorry?
To be honest, that is exactly how I would put it.
As here comes Dynasty with the speed of the Supra against Dan. No! Dan squeezed him a little bit.
They're both on the dirt.
Here comes Dynasty. He's going to take a look here. No, he gets sliced by Dan.
Come on, Dan. That did not look very fair.
Dan's like rubbing his racing. Let me do what I gotta do.
That's fair. NASCAR rules, you know.
Yeah, they did some good
Now,
battle.
guys,
It looks like
I think-
D-Nasty might get in front of him here because of Dan's penalty.
Now I think would be a very good time to tell you guys to like and subscribe to Drift King YT.
Yeah.
Turn on the notification bell so you will not miss any of his amazing uploads. We put hours into these videos, and that is not even an exaggeration. And for a channel with only a couple of, well, not a couple, but like a couple of 10 subscribers, it would mean a lot. So yeah, thanks. But we're gonna get back to racing.
And of course, speaking of racing, you can join the series. Just DM Drift King RC on PlayStation to notify me that you want to join the series, and just send me your car information, and you're in. It's that simple.
Or, you know, even do better and do carbon life, and I'll get you in for free.
Well, either way, it's free.
No, but I want to make it some better deal. Oh, and that is Wolf against the wall.
There's a bit of lag there. It looks like Wolf was in the air for a second.
Yeah. Anyway, I've got a better deal than Drift, even though it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
If you have a GT3 car with a cool livery, contact one of us two and feel free to join.
Yep. Even if you don't have a livery and you want one, you can just contact me. I'll make it for you. I'm happy to do it.
It'll be really bad.
So here we are coming around here with the big blue AMG in the pits. Falzo Motorsport AMG.
To be honest, that blue AMG looks very nice, especially with that 70.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Funny thing is, that's actually my design that I made for him.
Fair enough. But would like to point out the lights are on.
Yep, the lights are on. It's getting darker.
The yellow headlights on that Mercedes look very nice, actually. Put the lights against that wall on the bank behind. That is Drift King and D-Nasty.
Yep. No, it isn't D-Nasty.
No, it's not. It's a blue flag, sorry.
It's a blue flag for Scion. Scion actually went past Drift King here. So Scion making up time again.
I mean, if you know you're a faster driver, then I suppose you could.
Yeah, here's D-Nasty and Dan. D-Nasty's finally gotten past Dan, so that must be a relief, but now the issue is Dan's right on him.
Now, he did get past Dan when I was doing your ad start. So.
Oh, did he? I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. But Dan's weaving all over the back and he wants that position back, but for the lower end of the drivers, Dan is one of the higher lower ends, if that makes sense. And he wants to
one of the higher lower end. That's a new one.
What was that?
Yeah, there was a little bit of off-roading there.
The yellow headlights are just everywhere, and it reminds me of any 1960s French car, which is not a good thing, by the way.
My. We're going to cut ahead again to see Lucy here on lap 21. Coming up to 10 to go. As here's Scion trying to get past Wolf now. Scion trying to make up all the ground he can, being down a lap. So here you come down the back straight, sorry.
He doesn't even need to fight though, he'll get a point no matter what.
I know, but he wants more. He wants that fastest lap point.
2 points is better than 1.
Yep. To take any advantage, this is what you have to do. Oh, I think we've lost cargo again.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. Your mic started lagging, so I was curious what happened. We were on board with Lucy.
Yellow headlights.
It annoys you, the yellow headlights?
Last time I checked, the Citroen DS does not go 170 miles an hour.
The yellow headlights are pissing you off. The yellow headlights are pissing you off. Look, those are white headlights.
Those are like beautiful white headlights on Sushi's McLaren. The thing is, on my McLaren, I've set mine to super cool ones, so they're like 9,500k.
Oh yeah.
They're very white, like the whitest of white.
Yeah, you want to blind someone? That's how you do it.
You want to bind someone? Buy a Ford F-150.
That reminds me of that one F-150 ad.
Yeah.
Yes, that one.
I'm not continuing it.
Yeah, you don't have to continue it.
Keep it family friendly here on the Drifting Arcade channel.
Yeah. That ad is hilarious, though.
The second we stop recording, I'm saying that into the mic, like that.
Oh my god. As here we are with Drift King trying to catch back. Oh, someone's in the wall. It's the blue AMG.
Oh, Zion. He was.
Oh. Cargo is having a moment again.
Still gonna get that.
Okay, I think
Yes,
he's.
I am.
Okay,
Oh,
he's
God.
back again. Okay, I don't know if you've noticed, but if you look at the back of his windshield, he has kidnapped the Michelin Man.
Happy?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
God.
has a picture of the Michelin Man in his back windshield, and his car is running Dunlop tires. He has kidnapped the Michelin Man. Look, you'll see it here. You see it?
Oh yeah. Guys, I am the only person on the grid running Firestone tires. Could we have hashtag
No,
Firestone
Dan's
in
actually
this
running
description,
Firestones.
please? Die.
Speaking of Dan, he just hit the wall there. Here comes a Citroen again, as you'd say.
Oh no! He's just rubbing the wall. This is not Monaco. Come on, stop dragging yourself against the wall.
These two have been going at it the entire race.
I thought I lost my connection for a sec there.
Nope, you're still good. Oh, Dan just sends it up the inside there. We go 2 by
And
2.
to anyone who made it this far, thank you for watching, by the way. You are
Yeah.
true drifting.
There are a lot of rubbing and grinding going on. These two are all over the place.
Oh, this is an amazing battle. Headlights, no.
The yellow headlights. They're pissing you off, aren't they?
Yep.
Look at them. Oh, Dan. Dan just cuts on him there.
I'm about to Google a list of yellow headlight cars and take piss out of anybody who I see.
Drifting got past Wolf here. Yellow headlights. How to piss off Cargo, apparently. Yellow headlights, that's all it takes.
Anybody who wears yellow headlights on my panorama race, I'm ramming into.
Well, again, there are a lot of people that run yellow headlights. Just look at all the ones you see here. Like, there's a lot
Right,
of...
okay, you're... Right. Anybody who runs yellow headlights, you're a Renault Gordini, an old M3, a really bad-looking Radical,
Oh my God.
Oh, that's nice. Sorry about that, guys. My internet cut out and just went to go in. What did you have?
I had some pizza, so...
Nice.
Yeah, so we had a little pause there between recording sessions, but it's fine.
Anyway, back to yellow headlights.
Back to ranting about yellow headlights.
Anyway, that doesn't matter really, guys, because it's the racing that matters.
Yeah.
And so far, there has been some good racing.
There's your yellow
Okay.
headlights, and a nice close-up of them, too.
Oh, different what? Head down on his stop, dueling.
Andy Nasty's in, too. So we were on board with Lucy.
Oh, that flame out the side with the yellow head.
The yellow headlights.
We get some like blue headlights and yellow flames. That was cool instead, not blue flames and yellow headlights.
I'm gonna put yellow headlights on my car for Mount Panorama just because of you.
I will crash into you in qualifying and just not brake for the third corner.
Oh my god.
Don't.
So Sushi's gonna get up just ahead of. Oh no, he isn't actually. He's gonna get up behind Dynasty. Or side by side with the Nasty.
Oh, that's a great overtake.
Yeah, now he's got a penalty.
That corner kind of reminds me of Eau Rouge in Spa.
Yeah, a little bit, but not really.
Just did the 2021, I believe, or 2020 Pierre Gasly Classic on him.
Because of how close this championship is right now, this kind of feels like F1 2021. It reminds me of that.
The Max and Lewis thing, and then you've got like Perez and Norris and stuff in the background.
Max and Lewis. The question is, who would be Max and who would be Lewis? I guess the AMG would be Lewis. Would the AMG be Lewis then? So would Lucy with Lewis?
Yeah, Lewis kind of works, so you would be Max.
I'd be Max.
Wait, does that mean you're going to come out on top?
Hopefully.
Wait, does that mean you'll come out on top 2 years in a row?
And what, Lucy just sucks the next season then?
Someone run.
Lucy goes winless. Oh my god.
Which is car for like the beater or something.
So Lucy has actually come into the pits here, so Lucy didn't have enough fuel.
Drift still with the fastest lap, 1.4. Is there flashing down the straight? Because why not? Those some quick cars.
Yeah.
Mediums, and they're getting filled up for the two. I swear if I get this wrong, I'm going to get hated by everybody in the comments. Germans, I would like to say.
That's right. Lucy's coming out on the soft tire. So this will be an interesting battle to the end. Sushi currently in the lead. Lucy is not too far behind these front two. They got to get going.
This is like a 2021 Brazilian Grand Prix moment. Sushi being Lewis Hamilton, going from last to first.
Yeah, now all he has to do is hold it.
Except we already said Lucy was Hamilton, so.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter really. Sushi is old Lewis, because Lewis used to run for McLaren.
That's fair enough.
He's drifting with a penalty back there, I saw. So Nasty can get ahead of him. Look at all the headlights there.
They're all white.
Except for that one up there.
White. Yellow. White. And then two others are white.
Yellow headlights. Who knew that was Cargo's kryptonite?
I'm going to run into every yellow headlight car on the truck that's around. I'm joking, I tried to race clean, but usually it doesn't end up well. Definitely no previous experience of racing.
Yeah. Here comes Lucy. Lucy's catching up already from that pit stop. Look how dark the track has gotten.
Yeah, it's very, very dark now. It started quite bright, no lights needed, but now the yellow is just coming out of everywhere.
All you see is yellow.
Bloody if I hate it.
That sounds racist now that I think about it.
How? Yellow was not to race. If you set the other headlight colour, fair enough, but...
Oh, here's Sushi with a half second. He's still stuck behind Dan. He is losing speed now.
0.5 seconds penalty though. Nah, really.
Oh, boy, with Dan here.
Blue flag. Where's fast car? Blue flag. Yes, he gets it. Sushi is gonna get done by Drift.
Yeah. The Drift is now in the lead here because of that penalty from Sushi.
But Sushi is.
But here comes Lucy now on those fresh tires. See what Lucy can do.
They're more fresh than Drift. So good for this track, run and race. They're more fresh than Drift's new livery. I
Wow.
resisted the urge of saying mother. It's like I'm going like Atch. It's so bad. I don't want your car looking like a Renault Gordon. Oh, wait, hang on. Lucy goes fastest lap.
Yeah, Lucy just go fastest. So Lucy is now going to get that extra point.
I actually think I have changed the headlights on the Renault Gordini to white on my car.
Because it bugs you? Sushi gets another half-second penalty. And here comes Drift. Now has to try and run away from Lucy. This is going to get close in these final 6 laps.
Who's this in front?
It's Dan GT.
Dan GT. We're actually missing quite a lot of races in this race. We're missing Spider,
Yes.
Lopez, a couple of others.
Yeah, a couple of cars that we missed. Around the bend. Here comes Lucy now with all that grip and those soft tires.
But poor Sushi going from first to third.
Yeah.
Bit of a disappointment.
The tires, yeah, must have fallen off a cliff.
Then there wouldn't be tires
Look at here.
on the car.
Look at here, Drift King trying to break the draft from Lucy.
Drift, if the tyres fell off a cliff and they wouldn't be on the car, if the tyres are attached to the car, so...
I mean, figurative. I mean, how do you say it? Figuratively. Meaning that there's no tread left on them. Lucy with a half-second there from going wide.
It's when cars fall off cliffs, hang on.
It's called gravity. Around here and then back on to start the 29th lap of this race. Gotta improvise when you can't hear the car sounds.
Wait, Rift's running Lexus. Is it V8, right?
Yep. Brum. That's basically what you get. Here we go. Lucy's closing in quickly. Those cursed yellow headlights for you.
Got a 2cc engine behind you because it's yellow headlights. So Lucy's car scientifically sounds like this. Like some single cylinder something.
Oh my. Here we go. There's a cone sitting in the middle of the road there. I saw that.
Yeah, that's good there.
Around the bend. They come
Wait,
up to the penalty line where Sushi gonna sorry, not Sushi. Here we go. Lucy's coming around the bend to serve this half-second penalty that he got for going wide.
That can give Sushi a chance to overtake properly if it is a long straight. I can't see anything.
No, Sushi's too far back. He's still behind Dan, actually.
I didn't see any headlights.
I did. He's still behind Dan.
Is it turning to morning again?
No, it's still night. It's going sunset still.
There's like 74 cars.
Oh my god.
Plug in myself. I need as much support as I can get.
Cargo needs at least 1 point in the season, and he's already achieved his goals.
Yeah, my goal for my first race tomorrow at Panorama.
1 point.
It's to get not last. My goal for the whole season, 1 point.
1 point.
I want to be featured on Drift's amazingly produced leaderboard.
Here he comes around here. Here comes Lucy around the outside.
But Lucy is gonna go. Oh my god, there's that. If anybody has yellow,
The headlights. The headlights are painful for you.
it's just gonna drive me to go faster. If I see anyone with yellow headlights,
Get away from me, yellow headlights, go!
I'm gonna just turn on the shifters. I'm gonna be like.
Here we go. Here comes Lucy trying to go around the outside here. Griffin's gonna hold it around the inside and just keep Lucy at bay here, coming up to the penalty line. That is Scion ahead of them, so they're catching a lap car now.
Poor Scion. I love the livery on Scion's AMG, but just shame it's not very fast.
Here he comes, drifting, going defensive here, coming into this next set of corners. There's Scion's AMG right in front. Here we go, coming up to this very tight corner up here. He's trying to go around the outside. He's not going to hold it there. It's too far back. And here comes Scion now, getting the blue flag. He's parked it on the racing line in front of these guys here.
That's not what you do. You're supposed to get off the racing line, you dippy donut.
There, he did it there, though. Look at this fight now. Coming on to lap 31 of this race.
What's the point in flashing? Why are they flashing?
Here we go, coming into turn 1. They're 2x2 into turn 1.
Oh, but
They're still 2x2.
Get the inside.
Lucy's still there.
No, yes, no, yes, no.
Yes, Lucy's now ahead. But here comes Drift King in the draft
yes
now.
To that, you're drift. You got overtaken and you say yes.
No, but here comes Drift King now, coming around the outside. It's not going to be inside now, coming into the bus stop. They're going to keep it too wide. Yes, they are. Too wide through the bus stop.
No, Lucy keeps it, but no, Drift gets a bit of a tail.
No, it's still there. It's still 2x2.
Then you just got Scion
Just got Scion back there with a half second. It's still 2x2 around the outside, trying to go around Drift.
Scion has got the best racing battle view of all time.
Yeah, Scion's got the best view of that battle.
Why is he just flashing us?
Lucy's now gotten ahead of Drift King here. Is Drift King gonna get another run back up the straight now? Look at all the yellow headlights.
I'm trying not to mention it, but I also
look at them all there.
phone at my TV.
Coming along here. Lucy now in the lead. Can Drift King catch up? Drift King has a half-second penalty, it looks like, so he must have went wide somewhere. Good fight from all these guys here, but it looks like Lucy's gonna run away on those fresh tires.
What would be a smart idea for Drift currently is maybe just go into the pits, bang in a fast lap.
He doesn't have enough time. He doesn't have enough gap to Sushi. It doesn't make sense to pick because you'd sacrifice 2 points to get 1 extra point.
No, sir.
Here's Sushi behind Dynasty. Sushi has lost a lot of pace here. Gotta try and catch up as much as he can now.
But I know they left the race, but let's talk about Wazar's performance early on this race.
Yeah, he did very good at the beginning. A little bit of aggressiveness, I'd say. Just need to take a little bit more easy.
If he enters the future races, then I'm sure he has a chance of getting right up into the ranks with only a couple of races left.
Yeah. Especially at the start of the season, he could be a force to be reckoned with. As here's one of the nicest looking cars on this grid. Scion's blue AMG with the Michelin Man kidnapped in the back.
It's just fine. Hey, let me up, please.
You won't be able to see him in this darkness unless someone comes up behind him and shines his light.
Even better for kidnapping done at night.
Oh my god.
I'm joking, guys. Please don't kidnap. That is not motivated by any sort. I'm only 13. I would be the kidnapped, not the kidnapper.
Here's Scion going past Drifty here, and then going wide now. So Scion now battling with Drift King is saying, hey, I'm like 2 laps down, let me just get a quick battle in.
Yeah, let me just get some more camera time.
Yeah, give me all the camera time possible. Here's Dan GT now. And the yellow headlights, I think that's probably the yellowest headlights I've seen. Look how yellow they are.
Look how yellow they are. Now that's definitely gonna, I'm going to be the hat F1 of the series. Gets a couple of points and gets as much camera time as possible for battling with cars who should have blue flags.
So you're gonna be the Haas F1 driver.
You're gonna be Mick Schumacher, guys.
Yeah, you don't want to be his teammate from 2021, that's for sure.
What?
Yeah, I didn't even want to say his name. His name's not even... actually, let me correct that. His name's not Mazepin. It's Mazaspin. Because that's all he does.
Well, actually, no, it's just 12, but...
Well, no, that's now his legal name, Mazaspin.
Goes to the adoption centre. I mean, not the adoption centre, the legal centre.
I like to
I'd
change
like
my
to
name.
change my
Okay,
name
what do you like
as
to change it to? Mazaspin. Mazaspin.
Before my dad was aware of the joke, he just called him Marzipan.
Oh my god. It's so funny how he got into F1. He lasted 2 corners on his first race and then hit the wall.
I know. His race director that time was like, Nikita, are you okay? But near the end of the season, he's like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah. Here's the blue AMG again. On Drift King. He's trying to get more screen time.
Hey, give me that sponsorship deal, please.
Give me that sponsorship deal. I mean, to be fair, even though he's a lap car, it's still a good battle here. As we're going to the final lap of this race.
Are you tapping on your deck?
Yeah. Can you hear that through the mic? I didn't know you could even hear that. I didn't even know you could hear that. Wow. Here we go with Dan GT with the yellowest headlights around. Every time I look at them, and it makes you pissed off. I can't stop. I can't hold back a laugh. It's just so funny to me.
Well, then your humor's a bit stuffed.
Yeah. Here we go on board with Lucy for the final half of this lap, where he's gonna come home. Looks like to finish in first and extend his lead over Drift King.
Stupid mistake. It's gonna be pretty fixed, I reckon, the positions.
There are some good strategy calls from him too. He did all a soft tire stint. He did soft. He started on softs, then went to mediums, then he went to softs. So
his strategy seemed like it played off pretty well.
His strategy seemed off like it played pretty well. Here he comes around the final corner. Lucy is going to win at Watkins Glen in the middle of the night, literally.
I mean,
Drift King is going to come home in second place with Scion right behind in 7th.
Scion right behind in 7th.
That does not sound right, but
both of them are going to finish the race, but Scion won that down. That looks good at least.
Here comes Dan to finish the race in 5th place.
Sushi Samurai with the amazing
and then Dynasty in 6th, and then Sushi Samurai to finish in 3rd place after from starting in last place. And then down in 4th is Wolf LP, the last car still running.
Pretty solid result from Wolf, I'd say. Very good.
I believe he finished where he started, so he did
solid.
He kept his position, so he did well. He's gonna come home and finish in 4th. And now we're gonna look at our race winner. It is Lucy to win this race here at Watkins Glen. He did a pretty good race, so yeah, good strategy, good pace overall. So he was the favorite to win this race, and he won it. So here's our full results. Lucy wins, followed by Drift King, followed by Sushi, followed by Wolf, followed by Dan, followed by Dynasty, and then Scion. Wolfpack and Olivier are able to finish. Lucy leads with 66, followed behind with Drift King with 63, Wolf with 30, Sushi with 27, Dynasty with 15, RG Labs Puller with 96, DRC close behind with not so close behind with 78, and then Team Spider with 31. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.